O God, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of all of our hearts be holy in your sight, O God, who is our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. God proclaims, I am about to create a new heaven and a new earth. This is a vision of salvation. People often think of salvation as being personal, as related just to them. Here, what is a salve, what is salvific, relates to the whole community. What does wholeness look like for the community? Isaiah responds to this question, writing, "No more shall there be an infant that lives but a few days, or an old person who does not live out a lifetime." For Isaiah, wholeness looks like being concerned about the infant mortality rate. It looks like caring for our infants. It looks like nurturing our elders. Isaiah depicts this community proclaiming, no more will people build and someone else inhabits. No more will one person plant and another eats. This is about fair labor practices. No more will someone be a migrant farm worker and not be able to eat. No more will someone work on your house and not be able to afford housing. Everyone who labors will get to benefit from the fruit of their labors. This is the communal vision for wholeness. The people need this vision. Some people of Judah had been displaced by a conquering empire. Colonizing forces have forced them to move to Babylon. After decades, the people are allowed to come home. When they return, life does not pan out how they expected. The remnant who stayed back has a different vision than the exiles who return. Two distinct groups now exist with a differing view of their country's future. These differing groups have hardened their perspectives about their country's best interests. Isaiah addresses this growing division by envisioning a new community for everyone. Isaiah pointedly writes, "The wolf and the lamb shall feed together. The lion shall eat straw like the ox." Isaiah suggests that some people have been wolf-like and lion-like in their tendencies. God addresses this, declaring, "They shall not hurt or destroy on all my holy mountain." In Isaiah's vision, what endures calamity is softness. Softness endures in God's concern for the infant, the elderly, the worker. Wolves and lambs now exist side by side, and neither species is harmed. The tender way God tends to us, the hunger we have to make things better. This is the eternal kernel that lives within us. In Isaiah's vision, harm halts. Harm passes away. The defensive shield of our ego is no more. Our prickly exterior fades away until we are left with the truth. The lion itself becomes a vegetarian, eating straw and grass. The lion is still there, but the defensive, bristling part of the lion passes away. The part of the lion that hurts others is gone. This vision disarms. I thrill at a view of the world without violence. For our own part, we do not know how to remove ourselves from the cycles of violence and aggression that plague us. This is why God gives us this vision. What disarms aggression in this vision is tenderness. This is the salve God gives to us today. In this passage, God is not being hard on us, demanding we be soft on others. Rather, God is being soft on us as God spreads salve on the places where we hurt. This gentle experience transforms us. When we receive it, when we are open to us, it is strong enough to change our approach to others. There is a strength to tenderness. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, God declares. The lion shall eat straw like the ox. We may think it takes a stronger, more aggressive wolf to beat the lesser wolves that plague us. That is not how it works, Isaiah says. What happens is not that God out-wolves the wolves. Rather, God removes the predatory instinct from us. So there will be no more exploitation of others. No more will one person turn a huge profit as another gets pennies. It is a vision of a commonwealth of blessing. It is not assertiveness God is wiping out. It is aggressiveness, preying on others. The former things will not be remembered or come to mind, God says. There will be no more retribution. There will be no more cycles of revenge. These things will be done away with. Tenderness is fierce and wise. Isaiah recognizes tenderness as supremely powerful. Tenderness is not powerful in the way people think about power. It is powerful because it connects us to the truth. When we operate from gentleness, we are living in truth. We are not living in a way that is reactive, based always on the other person. You can be tender when you are grounded. You can be soft when you know how to set boundaries, so you will not be resentful. There is a strength to tenderness. Tenderness is strong because it invites us to be assertive, to practice saying to people, I will not let you talk to me this way. We can set a boundary to require people to be tender with us. If you are screaming, I will not continue the conversation. This is tender. This is non-violent because it requires tenderness from both of the participants. Tenderness is respecting everyone's right to dignity, everyone's right to not be treated with aggression. Everyone has a right to softness. We can be firm, fierce, on fire about that right. Fierce and soft. That is a paradox that works in the divine economy. These gifts are available to you today, now, if you want them. Oh, gentleness is appetizing, like a warm soup on a cold autumn day. Hot and soothing, it melts in your mouth. We do not want these hard, cold, bitter pieces in us. They do not bring us joy. We want the hot, soothing fire and soup and cozy socks of God. It is a gift. Relax and receive. Well, not quite. Be fierce in your protection of dignity. Then be soft and receive all this warm love poured out for you. God is fierce and soft for you. So you can be fierce and soft for yourself and for others. Have the hot soup and put away your hammer. Amen. I invite you to rise for our next hymn, Love Divine, All Love.